And we're here.
Silent open. I don't know. I feel like we should have some music like wrestlers say this one.
I got nothing. Welcome to Sound Up, Sound Off, everybody. We're going to try and get through this quickly for this guy over here. But hope you...
It's fine. My kid can sit on the sidewalk for a little while.
He can walk home by now. Can he walk?
He can.
There you go.
I guarantee you if I bought him, like one of those motorized Jeeps, he would just...
Or he just needs like a little beacon to find his way home. Like just beep, beep, beep. And get some
follow the North Star.
Louder, closer. Make him a Eagle Scout. Anyway,
well,
welcome to another edition of Sound Up, Sound Off, our podcast show where we get to discuss issues. You get to listen. Not really issues. That doesn't even make sense. Discuss topics. You get to listen, and then we get to your favorite segment, which you have to get through all of the first mess first before we get to Alexis Skill Stumper. But...
we have a happy birthday to start the show off with.
Oh, I don't want to start the show off with
you just crashed birthday. Because you were driving in your car and he screamed in your ear. I apologize.
You are on a kick 3 weeks in a row talking about crashing in the cars.
You screamed in my ear.
All right. Well, I want to talk about sports first like we always do. Real quick. This one's a quick one. For the first time this season, both Sean and I's football teams won on the same given Sunday. The Atlanta Falcons, which I didn't even know, cheers, that they were still playing this year,
nope.
beat the New Orleans Saints, which is amazing. And
we beat like the second or third best team in the NFL.
That's pretty impressive. I really thought I hadn't heard anything about the Falcons in like 4 weeks. I thought maybe they went on hiatus.
We were 1-7 playing a 7-1 team.
Like they left.
At
least you're not the Bengals.
But you know what happened? You know what's this is really bad. Our head coach is a defensive coach, right? He took Seattle to two Super Bowls as the defensive coordinator, right? Okay. You know what he changed last week? He shuffled the coaches around and gave up the play calling duties to the defensive coordinator. That's kind of embarrassing. You're the defensive coach. You hand the defense.
Or is it brilliant and humble and realizes it would help him win, which apparently it did.
I just kind of wish you would have done that 6 weeks ago.
6 games ago. And the Bears beat the Detroit Lions. Ironically, again, a bad team that is 2-1 in the division. We're in second, like divisional standings. We're in second place.
Yeah,
in the NFC North against Lions, which are a decent team, but the Vikings.
Yeah, but
we beat
Stafford,
the Vikings.
Like, broke his back, so you guys are kind of.
We beat the Vikings though a couple weeks ago, and Packers we lost by 3 points. So it's just kind of interesting to see how the standings shake out. Well, I mean, of course, we'll see here at the end of the year as far as divisional, but we're actually still in the hunt because we're good in our division. We just suck on everything else. All right, The Bears. So, moving on. Now, happy birthday.
Green Arrow, it's not our birthday. It was actually recently Alexa's birthday.
Alexa's birthday. 5 days ago, Alexa celebrated her birthday. We thank you, Alexa. We actually...
How old is she now? 5 years?
Yeah, I think it was 5, right?
Yeah. Time for kindergarten.
That's crazy that she's 5. Are you sure she's 5?
I think so.
Someone's going to fact check us on that.
You should, and let us know.
That is weird. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
And she's replying thanks on Twitter. That's hilarious.
I'm not, yeah.
Oh, the way it's beautiful. Not supposed to be a she.
Well, one of the greatest gifts she gave us for her birthday was allowing us to build this platform around her. Thank you, Alexa.
There you go.
All right.
So speaking of staying speedy, I wanted to mention.
I don't think we said that word at all.
At the beginning, you said, we're moving fast. But
oh.
I wanted to kind of point out that there's a Sonic the Hedgehog video game character that looks a certain way. They made a movie trailer. He looked nothing like the cartoon. He looked really creepy and weird, more human-like. And the audience and everyone freaked out, petitions so hard that the movie studio paused the movie and went back and redesigned, and I assume reanimated the entire movie with the character looking different. And I don't know what studio it is, but I give credit to any company that listens that much to their fans or users. I think that's a really, really important thing. Apple, if you could put the memory card slot back next year in your computers. But, Apple this year made their phones a little thicker, put a bigger battery in. Thank you. No one needed a piece of paper as a phone, right? I mean, look, like that's getting ridiculous even there. That's actually probably the same size.
That's actually getting close,
Yeah, no one wants this as a phone. But at the same time, we like to think that we do the same thing here. As if you got the email this morning, you see we're talking about the mobile app, which has probably been a feature request for a very long time that we're finally doing. It just wasn't at the very beginning, I think, feasible as we had to build the entire platform. So I'm just comparing this company to my childhood hero, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, I'm gonna jump in and say that, and I actually heard Gary Vee speak to this and somebody else about nostalgia becoming a huge business move. And so in the vein of this, I think the key point is if you're doing nostalgic type projects, whether it's a movie, whether you're building a company or a business, if you're trying to utilize nostalgic brands or characters or anything from the past to draw interest in the present, make sure you get it on point. Like you have to.
It doesn't always work. Prime example, the reason our widget player has a circle that spins like a record is because I thought it was cool like an old record player. Apparently no one else did. That's my bad.
Or they didn't get it. I think they have to. I think they have to really get it because what kind of cool would be like if it was like a DJ ones and twos, like two. But anyway, because that
cool.
looks
Adam,
cool,
get on it. We need a scratch.
But I think if you're going to use nostalgic brands, it can be powerful in the present because I think that is something that is a budding business for the next 5 to 10 years is utilizing 80s and 90s nostalgia. But you got to do it right, so you can't make Sonic look completely different that we don't recognize it because then you're going against the point of drawing nostalgic feelings and emotion into your business and brand in the present. So don't do that.
Yeah. Green Arrow, the only people that didn't like it were the ones that had their face as their photo, and there was just a big hole where the disc would go on, and I didn't. Anyway, I'll fix that.
He's really hung up on this widget. All right.
But
Disney
anyway,
Plus.
speaking of businesses that do things for their customers, how about Disney, I think, doing something really horrible and coming out with a streaming service that's just going to make everyone have to pay because Warner Brothers has taken everything off Netflix and creating their own. NBC's taking one, doing their own. Disney's doing their own. HBO's doing their own. Netflix is just going to be sitting here with only their own stuff at this point. You're right back to paying $100 a month because you're paying $10 a month to all these different companies, and it makes me mad. The era of, I think, streaming being the thing is coming to an end.
Ooh, you took that in a totally different direction than I thought
yes.
you're going to
Shocker.
take.
You thought I was going to be pro-Disney on this. No. Everything that's on Netflix as Disney, Marvel, whatever is coming off after the contract ended.
So the decision becomes this, and I actually do agree with you. I agree that the premise of streaming service, like on Netflix and Hulu, and these brands like Disney and Warner Brothers and studio brands creating their own on-demand, is no different than the cable company, and now you have to start paying for certain packages or so someone's going to though. Don't you think? Not now. It's too new. In a couple of years, there will be a cable company, a conglomerate that pulls Disney and pulls it all back in, but now it's just more expensive.
I think Disney's going to do it. Disney bought Hulu. So if you actually upgrade to the second tier of Disney Plus, you get Hulu and ESPN.
Okay, so
Disney's like, you know what? We're just
going
to take over this market. Yeah. Netflix, how much you want?
Yeah, that's gonna. Well, and that's gonna. I mean, I think we've seen this play out in the last 20 years in the cable world, in digital, in DirecTV and cable and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think it's nothing new, but it is frustrating because it's just greed. Like Disney was getting paid from Netflix to have certain things, but not as much as they thought they could do on their own. Or like it's just greedy of, it's either greed for money or greed for power. Like we're the main, it's not Netflix anymore, it's Disney.
Yeah, it's kind of, in similar vein, other companies are trying to mirror what Netflix did. Spotify right now paying certain people to only post on Spotify their podcast right now.
Which is funny, when I look at Spotify and you scroll to the bottom, they recommend, they bought Anchor, right? Mm-hmm. And they also have a studio platform, but you got to go 2 different places. Too bad they don't have like one where you can just go to a studio and host your podcast all in one place and be able to
like
do all that.
I don't think they have a recording studio.
Yeah, go to scroll to the bottom. It's
wow.
I'll show it to you.
Anyway, you should not tell everybody that. Hey, everybody, I'm just kidding. I really don't think they do.
Well, no, you got to go 2 different places. That's stupid. Go ahead.
That is dumb. All right. Anyway, so I'm not a fan of that.
Well, yeah, I think they're just getting greedy.
I had like Steam. I was like going.
Unless
and then,
you are just Disney. When it comes to Netflix, I pretty much do just watch Marvel movies or kids movies for Disney. So I probably don't need Netflix. I could probably just watch
I watched some
The
of their,
Office. That would probably be the only. If you want to watch The Office,
which is coming off and going on the NBC's streaming network.
Is it? They're going to take it off of Netflix?
They're taking that.
I have no reason to have Netflix.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Now, some of Netflix's original content is actually pretty good. They bought a show called Lucifer. That's a fun show to watch.
But that used to be on USA.
It was on Fox and it got
Or
canceled.
Fox, I'm sorry.
And Netflix bought it. They've done that with a couple of shows, actually. So anyway, go ahead and do the intro.
Oh.
This is the Alexa SS Skill Stumper segment. That was 3 S's.
Alexa Skill Stumper. I was trying to think of a Disney.
Oh, no. We've got to get some Jingle Bells so when you're doing it for the next month, we can shake the Jingle Bells while you're doing it.
Let's get past Thanksgiving here. So, Alexa Skill Stumper.
Have you not seen the calendar?
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Have you not seen the calendar where it's November and December and it's all like green except for Thanksgiving? And then
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
I'm going to try to do a turkey sound. You know what? I'm not going to go there.
That is a turkey. What do you think I was doing?
I can
Stuffing?
actually do a real turkey sound, but I look
good
ridiculous
luck. You
doing
cannot.
It. Don't do that to me.
You can't.
Stop it.
You can't.
Stop it. I will bring out Elmo again.
That's not a turkey.
I know.
We've wasted too much time.
Yeah, I've got to get to pick up a kid in 12 minutes. Give me an industry. I say theme park.
We did that one.
Dang it. Car dealership.
I can't remember. I know we did that one, but I don't know if we recorded a segment on it. So we can do a car dealership. We doing local or mainstream?
Local.
Okay. All right. So in our area, we do see a lot of local car dealerships. So you can drive right up this road about 5 minutes away from us, and there's about 7 within 2 square miles, 7 different small car dealerships. And I actually think the small car dealer, people going to the auction and going to like your state auctions and local auctions to buy cars and resell them, fix them up, can win. And I think that they wouldn't exist if they don't do somewhat well. But using voice and providing value-add services and other content around their dealership could win on Alexa and audio content as general. So Sean's going to share with you some.
I think a flash briefing would be really cool if it was just part of it, and it was Judd Kuhn Chevrolet, for example, could say...
That is not a small one. That's a Chevrolet one.
Oh, no. I meant like not like the Chevrolet TV commercials nationally. I meant like just car dealerships. But it would be really cool if they had. If it's this week we're offering $10 oil changes in a flash briefing, or you could ask and say, what's the next maintenance item I have for my car, and it could go by time if you had an account linking set up.
I think creating almost client accounts would be huge. And creating like a membership into your car dealership where you deliver certain services and content to them about cars that are available, about services, like they could come pick up your car for an oil change. You could schedule that all through voice. You could schedule tire rotations. You can do all the kind of car and maintenance services that will add money back into your dealership. But I was talking more like, A+ Auto Sales or, Choice One Auto and those smaller ones, and create a client base that is repeat customers and everything. And deliver specials, be put on certain lists. Like, I would love this service, and car dealers, this is the difference between car salespeople and realtors, who salespeople seem to be more transactional based. And even though I've bought more cars and houses in my lifetime, but realtors tend to be relational based. And try and keep that client for life. If I was a car dealership, I would try and keep my customer so that if I said I'm looking for a red 2015 or newer Range Rover, and like I'm on a list, and I could like add that car to my list, and the car dealer gets contacted that Chris is looking for that, and then they can reach back out to me. Like that would be powerful to have that information, to have somebody working and searching for me in that regards. I think that's what I would include. I don't know why you got 2 phones and what you're looking
because
for.
they're both blowing up, because I feel like there might be an emergency, or someone just wants to tell me something.
Okay. Flash briefing, podcast and flash briefing, anything cars can do?
You can listen to it in a lot of cars nowadays.
You could do a car special.
This person really wants to get a hold of me, so
you could do car. Oh, then go away. You could do a car special of the week. As far as bye, Sean. You could do car special of the week as far as flash briefings go, and really be able to deliver deals as far as what deals come onto the lot, and keep that content going, along with doing like special service providers and sponsors in those flash briefings to create some local community feel for that. Podcasting at the car lot, I think, is no different than having a radio show come when you have a car special. So if you do an event once a month, you could just do a once a month podcast that could be very oriented to building brand and having local community feel to that, while also highlighting your deals, your cars, your service, your value adds of why people should shop with you versus the guy up the street or the major player. So some different ways to keep that audio branding and audio content out there through flash briefings, podcasting, and of course a custom skill that's going to allow voice in their home to be a real catalyst for creating customers and clients long-term for your dealership. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this segment of Sound Up, Sound Off. We are signing off, and Sean's just back in time to sign off. Say bye, Sean.
I've got to drive really fast now. Bye.